What's going on, guys? Let me tell you something right now. If you guys are looking to keep your home, skin, hair smelling fresh and clean, then you need pound for pound the best fragrance products in the world, and that is Ash Kickin'. I'm talking about everything you need to create a comfortable home living environment and create a comfortable space for entertaining. You need Ash Kickin'. Pound for pound the best incense burners in the world, home fragrance products, and health and beauty products. Go to ashkickin.com. Put in this promo code DBN317 and you'll get 10% off of all your orders.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
You cannot use the adage Floyd Mayweather used. Because listen, the greatest fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali, said, I'll fight that dude with 7 fights. And or peep this, what about Dwight Muhammad Quarry? He fought Van Holyfield with 12 fights.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
And Holyfield won the world title and didn't lose for the next 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen. What about, like you said, Gennaro Hernandez?
Yep.
You know, peep this. I'm gonna bring it even closer to present day. What about Vasily Lomachenko?
Yeah, that's a real.
So what about the dude who is realistically Salido? So I love Salido. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's an insult. Bob Arum said, "Listen, we want you to become champ. We're gonna go pick you the weakest champ out there." Salido mugged his ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mugged him. Now listen, and beat him. So peep this though. But since he won, since he lost that fight, he been winning. So tell people this. How was it that Salido, who's a man, said, "Listen, I'll take that fight." Right?
Uh-huh.
What about the dude that fought Rigondeaux?
Yeah.
Rigondeaux got 15 fights.
Yeah, they all said he wasn't ready when he fought Donaire. He had I think he had 12 or 13 when he fought against Donaire though. He had 11 or 12. Mm-hmm.
But look at the man Donaire is though. Because if you look at it, nobody deserves to fight any of these guys. But it's no way in hell Ali got 50-some wins, just got through beating Foreman, Frazier, and he gonna say, "I'll fight that dude with 7 fights." You want, man? I beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man. So those are the basic statements you make to the people who talk that. But this is the problem, though. Like I said before, if I'm British, like you just told me this. If I'm British, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm Russian, and I say, listen, I think Kovalev going to lose the fight, right?
Uh-huh.
I would think that in my mind, because I couldn't tell nobody that.
Yeah.
Something going to happen to me.
You got to be loyal.
If I'm Italian, from Russian, from German, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody going to say, man, listen, they're going to kill him. They're going to do something to him.
Yeah.
Beat him up.
Yeah.
So listen. So it ain't, but it's not even about. It ain't about the beating. It's about when they fighting for me.
Uh-huh.
They represent me. So why is it that there's so much American descent, right?
Uh-huh.
So this Dante, this is what you do. You cover boxing. You analyze situations. You going more and more astute on boxing. So. Why is it that the average fan, like you said, I mean, you have a saying, you say, what do you call them? Some kind of fans or whatever.
Dcafs.
Dcafs. So why is it that they think they're smarter than Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard,
thank you,
Floyd Mayweather, even Abel Shank, I mean, all these other
Teddy Atlas,
Teddy Atlas,
saying
and Max Kellerman,
mm-hmm.
So they're smarter than all of the people who
do this for a living.
That's right. You trying to prove a point? They get a check for this shit though.
Mm-hmm.
So you may be smarter than them. They getting a check for it. So find your way getting a fucking check. Other than that, all of the boxing experts say one thing in particular about this particular guy, right? So why is it that the Dcafs, so you say, I'm going to use your word.
Absolutely.
They know more than everybody else. So see, what happened is this. The Monday morning quarterback got a computer now. So he talking immediately on a situation right there in front of everybody. So, and they going back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are, oh, he had anything. That's the stupidest shit in the world. So you saying because he hadn't fought anybody, then he's not a good fighter?
And
Because that has
that
no
logic,
merit.
if you use that logic, there's no such thing as a good fighter. If you use that logic, I
There's no
mean,
such thing as a good fighter. And then if you look at it like this now, so, but like I told a guy, I said, listen, man, this guy in the amateurs, he's getting ready for the world championships. His sparring partners was Lamont Peterson, Sean Porter, Jorge Linares, and Adrian Broner. This is on every.
that was
This is
Errol
on every
Spence's
other.
sparring partners.
That's who helped him get ready for the. And listen,
Olympics.
yes, right, yeah, well, they would help him get ready for the qualify for the Olympic Games.
Wow.
Now check this out. Lamont Peterson was number one in the world. He was getting ready to fight for the world title. Jorge Linares was getting ready to fight for the world title. That was Adrian when he was getting ready to fight for the world title. So all these guys are number one. Sean Porter's getting ready to fight for the world title. So all of them getting ready to fight for the world title. Listen to me. So they were sparring with Errol to help him get ready for because it was in Colorado. Like, well, we all come up there because their fathers and coaches got like Freddie was up there. Freddie Roach was there with Jorge Linares, and then Kenny Porter was up there with Sean, and Lamont Peterson training. Barry Hunter was up there with Lamont, and then Mike Stafford was up there with Adrian.
And Derrick, just real quick, I just want to let you know because you're giving me good stuff. I just hooked you up to my mixer, so I'm starting to record it now. If you don't mind, man.
Okay.
But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. So when you say that these guys help the development of a fighter, because listen, all these guys are ranked number one in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sparring this one particular guy. So, it's like, not to mention he had just won an international tournament before that in France, and they had him spar the French light heavyweight champ, and he knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Barry Hunter told me, not Errol. Barry Hunter said he knocked him out.
He said Errol Spence knocked dude out.
Yeah, he said, you want to spar him? He said, and Barry's like, no, me too big. I said, no, I'll spar him. Knocked him out. So when you work with guys like that on a daily basis, right? This helps the development of your it gives you a great temperament.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you intellectually, right?
Yeah.
Because see, I was up there for 2 days of the training camp, getting ready. So I saw him spar Sean Porter. I saw him spar Lamont Peterson. I saw him spar Adrian. All right, so they only let him spar Jorge Linares on the last day. Freddie wasn't gonna let him get in there with him. Huh?
How did the sessions go?
Hey man, I can't say because
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was. That's why I told you I was recording you before you ended up saying something.
Yeah, because I was gonna say something before you said that, but
that's cool.
Man,
we'll talk about it offline.
It was good though, man. It was good. Like that development of a young fighter, man. He's a competitor, and so that's what a lot of people don't understand. And at the same time, we here in Dallas, he spars light heavyweight. Like his chief sparring partner is a light heavyweight. Really, the guy fights cruiserweight because he fights like 185. And that's our chief sparring partner because he is, he's big enough to take the punches.
Yeah.
Small guy can't take the power. That's for real.
So dudes that he spar his own size, he knocking them out, putting them away?
Yeah, he didn't spar anybody his own size. I mean, he was, he was sparring with, he's having Jamel Charlo get ready for Charles Hadley. And then he had Robert Brandt, which is a middleweight guy trained. He's got Rob Brandt. He's number 3 in the WBA. And, but he's helping them get ready. So we don't spar 147 pounders. Man. Not at all.
Man. Hey, Derrick. So what do you think though about the fans that basically say Errol Spence? I know you talk about his experience, but we talking about in the pros. They saying I'm not gonna give him any credit until I see him take a punch. He ain't never took a hard punch before.
Well, that's asinine.
It don't make sense
I
to
mean,
me, man.
that's so if a guy, he's not a great fighter unless he gets hit. I mean, so somebody came up with these ideas that fans are constantly repeating. It doesn't mean you're a great fighter because you take a great punch. Hey, listen, Margarita took a good punch.
Absolutely.
But, he had a little extra stuff with him. He had a little padded gloves.
Yeah.
They took that out of his gloves. How was he then?
Yeah. And not only that, but when he took a punch, he turned out to not be a great fighter either. I mean,
that's right.
Overall.
I mean, that was just look. Think about this. That was his whole thing was that he had something that you didn't have.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the skills of that plaster of Paris. Because in that same fight, he got knocked out in.
Yep.
By 132 pounder.
Yeah. That he was.
Shane Mosley fought 132 in the amateurs. He came up to 140, 147. Still, so that's knocked out by a small guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I just think that, I think it's asinine to think that a guy hasn't been hit by, I saw him do an interview, he said, man, I'm an Olympian. What make you think I've never been hit before?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen him say that. Yeah. Because it's always, like I said, the Dcafs, it's always the same questions you see online, and it's the same stuff that people be wanting to ask.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of fans, they base things more on emotion. Like what we was talking about earlier, when it come to talking to Teddy Atlas, to you and other people like that, you guys don't have no type of built-in agenda when you talk about how you think a certain fight is going to, play out. So but people on the internet, it's all based on emotion. So I think that's why we get them type of, statements and comments and questions, But
yeah,
I mean, do you? Go ahead.
We repeat the same thing over and over again until it comes to reality, right? So, because it's hard to get into the idea of what it takes to be a good boxer. It's hard to get in the idea of what it takes to be great at what you're doing. So, in saying that, it's like people can't grasp the concept. They almost seem to think that they go for the show instead of the substance.